Hello and welcome to another tutorial for wildlife exposures. We're looking a little bit today at high ISO, which is something which scares a lot of photographers, and for that reason they quite often won't go there. See a lot of photographers who probably don't go above 800 ISO for the reason that they'll get more grain, and that's obviously true. But what we're going to learn today is to get the best out of those shots when we do have to go to the ISO, and it's much better to do that than actually not get a shot at all. I sometimes puzzle why people don't try it out, but this will show you that it is possible to get good results at very high ISO if you use the right techniques. So basically what I've done today, it's pouring outside, so no good for photography, so it's a good day for a tutorial. You can see that from the shot. You can see the rain there. I'm standing in the veranda with a 50p piece that I've stolen off the kids. Don't have any myself. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to look at 3 different shots shot in high ISO. So the actual settings that I used, if we go to the settings up here, 2500 ISO. I used a Canon Mark D, Canon 7D Mark II, a 50mm lens, and we're shooting at f14 for all the shots. And the 3 separate shots, the first shot I actually underexposed slightly. The second shot we shot at normal exposure. I was shooting in AV settings, so aperture priority. And in the third shot, I overexposed, I think by 2 stops on that shot. Now, with ISO, where you get the most noise is in the dark areas of the image. That's what is affected most. That's where you'll get the most grain. And remember, I've shot these at a very high ISO, 2500. Hopefully you don't need to go up to that, but if you do need to, here's how to get the best from it. Or any eye setting from 1000 ISO upwards, really. Now, in the first shot, like I say, I was underexposed slightly, and if we zoom in on this 100%, we can see the noise in the background especially, because that's where your ISO is mainly affected. You don't see it so much on the actual subject, you see more so in the backgrounds. And it's horrible, yeah, so it's not a great shot. We can try altering it, so if we go down to the noise reduction in Lightroom, and we'll just drag that up and get it to a reasonable setting to get rid of the noise. That's a little bit more acceptable. But then we lose a bit of quality in the coin. It's starting to look a little bit plasticky, a little bit dead. And when we take the sharpening up, we're starting to get the noise come back. Okay, and we need to probably lighten the coin a little bit. It's a little bit on the dark side. Let's take the exposure up, and then it starts all looking really bad again. Let's take the shadows down. So basically, no, it doesn't work. But what we started off with was an underexposed photograph. Now, that just shows that the effect of the ISO grain is going to be more so in the dark areas. If we've got an underexposed shot, we're going to get more noise. So when I go to the middle shot, which was shot with no compensation, I've still got noise there, but it's a little bit better. So I might get a better result. I'll sharpen it, take down the noise reduction slightly, up rather. It's looking a bit better, but again, it's not brilliant. No matter what it is, it's not going to be perfect. But on the one I've overexposed, I'll zoom in on that. There's a lot less grain. Now what you're saying is, yeah, there's less grain, but you've actually overexposed. The shot isn't perfect. No, but what we've recorded is less grain to start with. If we underexpose, we're adding grain to the shot. If we overexpose, we're getting less grain. So therefore, when we start developing in the raw, we're working with less grain to start with. So what I'm going to do with this now, I'm going to bring up the noise reduction. You can see it's not too bad at that. I'm just going to get the exposure down a little bit so that the coin's looking better. We'll take down the shadows slightly. We'll add a little bit of contrast. And still you can see that isn't bad. We'll sharpen it. But I need to bring the blacks down a little bit. That's looking okay. And the noise is acceptable. We can probably get rid of a little bit more. So now we're looking really good. And remember, this is actually shooting at 2500 ISO. So basically what I'm saying is, don't be scared to go there. If you're going to miss shots, if you're in low light, you've got a flying bird, you want to capture it, bang up the ISO and try slightly overexposing. Experiment is the main thing. See what your camera does. The ISO is different in all cameras, but no matter what camera you've got, if you use that method, you'll find you'll get better results. Hope that helps.